Hey folks, thanks for tuning in on this dreary Sunday morning. It's raining outside, so I decided to shoot a video for you guys. I'm going to start out with a little quiz. What do these three things have in common? The 57 Chevy, the song Stairway to Heaven, and the Eleaf iStick 20W. You give up? They've all become classics. Now the Eleaf iStick 20W came out in late 2014, and since then it's taken the vapor world by storm. So if you haven't bought and used one yet, I've got to ask you, what are you waiting for? Okay, let's go ahead and just start with the unboxing of the Eleaf iStick, which is made by iSmoka. Take the box apart, and here's the iStick device itself and an Ego adapter for the 510 thread. This is used for recess style tanks. Now as you can see, there's a lot of chips and paints that's scraped off the iStick. I've been using this for about 3 months now, continuously. I've dropped it multiple times and it still works like a champ. So this is not how it's going to look outside the box. I've used this thing extensively. Underneath the iStick device, you have another chamber down here. You have your wall adapter for your USB cable. You have your instruction booklet, which it's written kind of small, so if you have bad eyesight, you're gonna have a difficult time reading this, but it's pretty self-explanatory. And then you have your micro USB charger. Now, box mods like the Eleaf iStick may be unconventional in shape, but they provide a lot of power and control. This one's very small. It fits easily in my hand. I like the curved feature over here on the far end, so it doesn't feel uncomfortable in your hand at all. It's really, really small. Take a look at it, compare it to a Bic lighter. There really isn't much of a size difference at all. And when you compare the Eleaf iStick to something humongous like the Vaporfly Vox 50, you can see how small it really is. It's great if you want to do any kind of a stealth type vaping. Now there are a number of features that I like about the iStick just by looking at it alone. It's got raised buttons, and if you've seen any of my old videos, you'll realize that I really do hate those buttons that are flush with the actual battery or the tank. This is, you can feel where the button is, so if you're in a dark setting, you know which ones to press. It's really nice. And the firing button, the position itself, feels very natural. You don't have to, work for it. It's right there, right where your thumb would naturally go. Again, the curved section of the iStick is a nice feature, which makes it very comfortable to hold. Okay, the iStick is great for those intermediate vapors, people that have progressed from the Cigalikes, but also those who already have a lot of experience vaping, because this offers enough control to satisfy even the most advanced users. Now, to turn the device on, it's like most other batteries in the vapor world. You press the firing button 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's on. And when you look at the screen, you'll see that it shows you a battery life. It'll show you the resistance setting in ohms, the amount of voltage, and in big letters or numbers, you'll see the 6.1 watts, the wattage level of the tank, of the device. Now this is, again, is a 20 watt device. You can adjust the wattage by pressing the left or right arrows. It's a little slow, but if you hold it down, it'll go pretty quick, and if you press it again, it'll go even quicker. If you want to switch to a voltage display, just press the firing button 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and now it'll show you the voltage. And again, you can adjust those with the left or right arrows as well. So this is a 20 watt device. However, if your tank and atomizer, your atomizer specifically, cannot handle 20 watts, there is a safety feature on there that will not allow you to go up to the 20 watt maximum. That also applies for your voltage. And you look at your 510 threading here on top, your adapter, your Ego 510 adapter is pretty easy to use. It does come with your kit. You simply screw that into the top, and then you put your Ego style tank on top of that, and there you have it. Real easy. Let me go ahead and take that off. Now there are some issues with this 510 threading. It is not spring loaded, so there may be some tanks where this does not work. And also, when you do put your tank onto this device, depending on the tank, you may find a little gap between your device and your tank may also actually come out a little bit further than the device itself, and it may get caught on something if you're walking around with it in your pocket, or it may snag on something as you're walking by. Other than that, there's really little else that I found an issue with when it comes to this device. Let's talk about the display. This is an organic light emitting diode display. I'll turn it on here. So OLED display is a kind of display that's better than any LCD, better than any LED. It gives you some deep dark blacks. There's no backlight that's needed. So you can see this screen in almost just any kind of angle that there is. And again, on the screen, it shows you everything that you need. It shows you the battery life, the resistance in ohms, the wattage and the voltage. And depending on which setting you have, the voltage will be in big block numbers and letters. If you hit it 3 times, it'll show you the wattage in big block letters, depending on what you're actually looking at the time. The battery itself is extremely powerful for being such a small device. It's 2200 mAh, and it lasts an incredible amount of time. A lot of folks have been able to vape with this thing consistently up to 2-3 days. And for me, who I vape quite a bit, it takes me about a day and a half for my battery to require to be recharged. And let me tell you, it only takes about an hour and a half to 2 hours for this thing to charge completely. Another great feature about the iStick is the pass-through ability. Down here on the bottom, you do have the pass-through input here. You just simply plug that in from your laptop or your wall charger onto your iStick, and you'll see a little lightning bolt here on the battery showing you that it's being charged. And you can vape as you're charging your battery. That's another great feature. What I don't like is that the pass-through mechanism is down on the bottom of the device, so you can't set it down when you're vaping. You have to pretty much sit it on the side. I would prefer it be something similar to the Vapor 5 Vox 50, where the USB is over there on the side of the device, so you could set it down normally and still be able to charge up your battery. But that's just a small issue. It's nothing I should complain about too much. Let me go ahead and unplug this thing here. All right, over here on the top, over here near the 510 thread assembly, you do see 2 little notches right here. These are airflow channels. So this will assist with the airflow when you do have your tank on top of your device. The variable voltage and variable wattage is a great thing. Again, 3.0 volts to 5.5 volts, and it'll go all the way up to 20 watts. And this is all dependent on the amount of resistance your atomizer has in your tank. And I'll give you an example here. Let me bring this thing down. I'm going to put in the Pro Tank 3. If I can screw it in correctly. And I'll just try to bring this wattage up. It'll do it automatically if I hold the button down quite a bit. And we'll see how far this thing will go. This is almost like a safety feature that the iStick has. It won't let it go over the capacity of the atomizer itself. So we're approaching 12.9, 13.5. And let's see here. That's it. 16.8 watts. That's the max I could get out of the atomizer in this Pro Tank 3. So that's a nice little safety feature that comes with the iStick. Now, the iStick itself is only going to work with atomizers that range between 1.0 to 3.0 ohms. What does that mean for you? If you're into sub-ohm vaping, forget about getting the iStick. It's just not going to work. You're going to have to get something bigger than that. This is made specifically for those who want to vape those traditional tanks with the resistance that's over 1.0 ohms. This is a fantastic device for folks who want to vape that style. If you want to go sub-ohm vaping, you're going to get something in the 30 to 50 watt range, which iStick does have now in stock. Now, I briefly mentioned earlier how it'll show you the amount of seconds that you're actually taking a pull off your tank. When you press the firing button, look at the OLED screen. See that? It shows you how many seconds you're actually taking a pull there. Now, there is a 10-second cutoff. This is also another safety feature. So once you reach that 10-second point, the iStick will simply cut off, and that basically is a safety precaution for the battery. You don't want it to drain accidentally in case you've got your iStick device somewhere where the button's being pressed automatically. It helps you save your battery life. Other safety features that you'll find on here is a short circuit safety mechanism. The OLED screen will display an atomizer short if the attached device does short circuit. There's also a low power safety mechanism in here. When the battery power falls below 10%, the OLED screen will flash the power symbol. Low voltage, the device stops working and the OLED screen displays locked when the battery level drops below 3.3 volts. It's basically telling you it's time to recharge this thing. Once it rises over 3.6 volts, the iStick will automatically unlock, so you don't have to worry about that. Now, the OLED screen also warns you if there is no atomizer attached, so let's give it a shot and see if it works. Let me turn this thing on, and it says no atomizer. I don't know if you can read that on the screen. And we're talking about sub-ohm, how this will not work with sub-ohm. I've got a 0.5 resistance atomizer in my VaporFi Volt sub-ohm tank. Let me go ahead and screw this thing on here. There we go. And we'll see what the iStick does with this. I'm going to turn on, I'll press the firing button, and atomizer low. Another safety precaution. See that? It's great. It's got a lot of safety precautions in there, and it's good because you got an extremely powerful battery in here. 20 watts is not a joke. The battery is 2200 mAh. It's strong. And to have all these safety mechanisms in there for it to automatically identify how far or how strong the wattage and voltage should be for the atomizer you have on your device, great. You can't beat that. This is an amazing device. That's why it's taken the world by storm. It's absolutely loved by everybody who uses it. So the most important question that you guys probably have is how well does it vape? That's the first question everybody has when they're looking to get a new kit or a battery. And let me tell you, it's fantastic. I've been using it almost exclusively now for about 3 months. I rarely pick up any other battery or kit itself. It's that good. I can't say enough good things about the iStick. But let me show you, the vaping quality of the iStick is phenomenal. And right now I have it set at 3.8 volts, 8.1 watts. Let me bring it up to 8.8 watts, 3.9 volts. It's just fantastic. I mean, the flavor that you get out of the e-liquid, the amount of vapor, the heat is just right. It's not too hot, it's not too cool. It's fantastic. And it's just an amazing product. There are some things that I don't like about it though. Just like any battery or kit out there, there's always gonna be 1 or 2 things that strikes somebody wrong. And I already went over a few of them. One is the pass-through mechanism being on the bottom. I wish it was more on the side. I don't like the fact that the tank is inserted on the side of the device. I think it would be better if it's right there in the middle. That way it doesn't hang over the edge of the battery. I don't like the fact that the battery is not replaceable. So if something were to ever happen to the battery mechanism inside of this device, you pretty much have to throw it away and get yourself a whole new iStick. But other than that, it's just fantastic. There's really nothing else that I could say that's wrong with this device. It's absolutely phenomenal. I've looked online. It used to go, I think when it first came out back in October, close to 50 bucks. And online right now you'll find it anywhere between $35 to $45. I got this one with Mount Baker Vapor, and right now it's going for a pretty cheap price of $30. I don't know if it's going to stay that way or not. And right now we're in March of 2015. I do have a link on the bottom of this video taking you to my website where there's a written article on the iStick. There you also find a coupon for 10% off at Mount Baker Vapor. So you could actually get this for about $26. And you are not going to find a better deal than that. If you do not have the iStick 20 watt, please try it out. Guarantee that you're going to love it. Give it a shot, and then please let me know. Leave a comment below and tell me what you think about it. I'm sure it's going to be great. Thanks a lot for watching, folks, and have a good one. I'll try to have another video for you next week.